We worked out one problem on direct method of cash flow statement, one problem on indirect method of cash flow statement. That is basically operating activities, the difference between calculation of cash from operating activity and a direct method and indirect method. Now let us look at in this chapter what are the key points to know, what are the areas that generally we get confused. These are the 4 points is very important. Point number 1, how do you treat tax? As we discussed, when we work out cash from operating activity, direct method or indirect method, we consider taxes paid. That we know, that means it is basically an operating activity. Is there any chance that it can be some other activity also? First, why it is operating activity? We pay income tax, income or profit you get, that is basically from sale of goods and various payments, purchases, etc. That means the profit is related to operating activity, so it is operating activity. Let us take the situation, you pay something called DDT, dividend distribution tax, or CDT, or you can also call it as corporate dividend tax. What does it mean? Company will give dividend to the shareholder, there is a tax on that, but in the hands of shareholder it is exempt. Shareholder is not going to pay any tax on dividend received. Therefore, company is going to pay on the distribution of dividend. There is a tax to the company called dividend distribution tax or corporate dividend tax. Now, this is also a tax. It is on the dividend distribution, but this is not operating activity. This tax is not operating activity because it is on dividend payment. Dividend is basically on shares, which is a financing activity. Therefore, this comes under financing activity. Let us take the next one. There is something called capital gain tax. What does it mean? You sell an asset and you will get a profit, on that there is tax, that is called capital gain tax. But this tax, capital gain tax, tax on capital gain. Capital gain means is a gain arising out of transfer of a capital asset. Technical meaning, simple meaning, on a long term asset you sold, you got the profit. Now this tax is related to a long term asset, therefore it should be related to investing activity. Basically it is operating, but there are chances that it can come under investing activity or financing activity. Therefore, the way that I remembered was this way. Accounting standard 3 when we learned, it was, is it identifiable to a particular activity? Are you able to make out what kind of activity? Example, this you said it is financing activity. Or we consider sale on asset, you pay tax, that is called investing activity. Like that, if you are able to identify to a particular activity, your answer can be yes or no. If yes, you are able to identify to a particular activity, then treat under the same activity. Where do you treat? If you are able to make which activity it is related, treat under the same activity. If you not given, just said taxes paid. Just they said taxes, you don't know which tax is that, is it related to capital gain or income tax, then we assume it is related to income tax, it is related to main activity or operating activity. Therefore, by default nothing is mentioned, treat under operating activity. If specified, treat under the same activity. If not specified, treat under operating activity. Let us look at the second discussion. The non-cash transactions. Please note students, preparation of financial statement or its cash flow statement is not about something tallying alone. There can be lot of transactions, may not involve cash. You might not have paid cash. Good example, issue of shares and building purchase worth rupees 1 crore. 1 crore worth building you purchase and shares are issued. What is the journal entry? It is building account debit to vendors, the seller, then vendor account debit to share capital, summarizing building to share capital. Building is there, is it an investing activity? Share capital is there, can you call it as a financing activity? If you say yes, answer is wrong, it is not investing, not financing, none of these two. If you ask why, the answer is building account debit to share capital, there is no movement of cash. Dear student, you have to be very clear if it is a cash flow problem, anything you call operating, investing, financing, one simple rule is there should be a movement of cash. Where is cash here? Neither cash or cash equivalent is there in this entry. Therefore, this is not a cash transaction. Therefore, it is not operating, it is not investing, not financing. What you should do? You should just ignore that complete thing. You should not take under any activity. But if it is completely ignored, 3 marks less. If you want to know why, definitely it is not to be taken for operating, investing, financing, but it is a major transaction. It is to be a matter of disclosure. There are 2 things in the entire accounting. When you come to especially the later part, one is an adjusting event. You have to adjust, add, less, something you should do. Example, tax paid, something we deducted. It is an adjustment, it is an adjusting event. But there are many cases which is a disclosure. Example, authorized capital in finance statement, you just disclose, underline it. It is just to communicate to the public, that's all. Similarly, this transaction is non-cash transaction. It is not affecting to any activity, but it should be disclosed separately. You have to write a note to cash flow statement, building purchase and shares issued 1 crore, non-cash transaction. Any significant non-cash transaction should be disclosed. It is mandatory in the AS1, it is said, accounting standard 3 also tells. Hope you understood the importance of this. I will give an important idea. Alright. You learnt in your schoolings, when electricity flows, when there is plus and when there is minus, then there electricity will flow. Hope you agree. I will tell you slight difference. When cash flow will happen, when there is one side cash and cash equivalent, other side there is non-cash, then there is a flow of cash. Listen very carefully, interesting. You pass a journal entry, in the journal entry there should be one cash, in one account should be a cash account, one should be a non-cash, any other item. Example, machinery purchased, machinery account debit to cash account or to bank account. Bank account is cash item, cash and cash equivalent item. Machinery is non-cash item. It means to say in the journal entry, one should be cash and cash equivalent. One should be cash and cash equivalent, other should be non-cash or non-cash item. If it is non-cash and cash, then there is a cash flow. If there is plus and minus, then there is an electricity flow. That way you remember. But here, this is also non-cash, this is also non-cash, therefore no flow of cash at all. Plus or minus, there is no electricity flow. Similarly, both non-cash or both cash, then there is no the cash flow statement here. There is no cash flow consideration. Hope you understood. So, this example of, this is both non-cash. Example of both cash item. You borrowed some amount, let us put it this, you withdrawn from bank. What is the entry? Cash account debit to bank account. Both are cash and cash equivalent item. One is cash and one is cash. Cash definition includes both. Both are cash items, so not to be taken at all. Hope you understood what is non-cash transaction. What is the summary? No adjustment to any activity, disclosure. Therefore, this is a matter of disclosure. It is to be disclosed at the end as a note. Definitely in exam they give you one transaction which is non-cash. And if you completely ignore, 2-3 marks less. If you adjust also less, you just give a note and you end it. Then comes interest and dividend. Little confusing item. Interest and dividend is what we should treat. If it is a financial enterprise where your main activity is borrowing and lending, then if you get interest and dividend as an income, then what does it mean? Your main work is to borrow and lending. Borrowing and lending is your main business. In such case, any interest or dividend received is your operating activity. Your work is only to borrow and lend it. Lending and borrowing is your main activity. Therefore, in such case, it becomes your operating activity income. If it is not a financial enterprise, then as usual we know, interest and dividend what we get, it is an income on your investment, you invested there you are getting it, therefore that comes under investing activity. Now, if at all you are paying interest or you are paying dividend, as you know, you pay interest and dividend on the source of finance, you borrowed debenture, borrowed loan, you pay interest, you have borrowed shares or your issue of shares on that you pay dividend. Therefore, in such case, when you pay interest or dividend paid, it becomes your financing activity. Summarizing, interest and dividend as usual treatment we know is an income put under investing activity. If it is a payment, it is a financing activity. If at all you received interest and dividend for a financial enterprise, it becomes your operating, because your main business, your entire business depends on that, then it becomes an operating activity item. Last is extraordinary item. As I discussed little earlier, I will explain it. What is that? What is extraordinary? It is, as the name says, it is not ordinary, it is non-recurring, it is not an usual item. Now, what we should do it if it is a given. Example, I said there is a compensation received from lawsuit, or there is something or maybe you incurred loss due to earthquake. These are not, some natural calamity happened, some losses incurred. This is not an ordinary, it is not coming year on year. That is an extraordinary item. A separate disclosure is required. That is why we worked out in the operating activity plus or minus extraordinary item. Why do we do so separately? It is a disclosure. You have to show it in your main answer part. You have to show it. Not only in here, even AS1 also, even in your financial statements, trading and P&L account, and when you do balance sheet, any extraordinary item in the P&L, separate disclosure has to be maintained. So, it is a disclosure. Also, it is an adjustment. You have to show it, you have to adjust it also. Please note, when you say that is an extraordinary item, you separate disclosure is understood because it is a mandate that it should be shown. This is all our ordinary item, this is an extraordinary item. So, to break up or to show separately, we do it. Next question here is, where do you disclose? Is it under operating, investing, financing? If nothing is given, as usual here, as we consider is operating activity. If it is goods related, operating activity. If it is related to investing activity, treat under investing activity. Under that last item is, you treat all that expense and incomes, there you treat as the separately extraordinary item. If it is related to financing activity, treat under the same activity, but generally more or less it comes under operating activity. So, summary, there are 4 points. Tax treatment, is it given in problem? Then yes, treat under same activity. If not given, by default treat under operating activity. Non-cash transaction, no adjustment to any activity, disclose separately. Building to share capital is the example here I have taken. Disclosure, last answer, tallied, problem ends. Then you have to write note to cash flow statement. Interest and dividend, as usual, if it is a financial enterprise, if you get interest and dividend, your main business is borrowing and lending. If in that case you receive some interest and dividend, it becomes your operating activity item. It is not an ordinary item, extraordinary, non-recurring, not a casual item. So, for separate disclosure is maintained, to be maintained. Then where do you maintain such separate disclosure? As given in question. If not given anywhere, treat under operating activity. I think you understood all the different 4 categories. Let us move on to the next one. So, we learned 4 key points in the cash flow statements. Students, we learned direct method, indirect method, formats, cash equivalents, different kinds of treatment, taxes, all that we learnt. Now, I want to test you before going to the next master problem. I want to test you with one example. So, I have written here 10 points on the board, and I want to take a short break. Before taking short break, you have to write in your notebook what kind of activities, where it is related. So, if you tell all 10 correctly, that means you understood, you are going to get a chocolate from me. Shall we work it out one by one? Yes, let us look at it. Let us discuss these items. You have to write in your notebook what are these. First item is salary paid, operating, investing, financing. Second one is cash sale, machine sale, interest received, issue of shares, dividend paid, point number 6, earthquake loss incurred, dividend received, tax paid, machine purchased and debenture issued. So, 10 are there, and all if you have to work it out, operating, investing, financing, treatment, whatever you have to write in one line, and in bracket you have to write the reason for it. So, we will take a short break, and after the break I will discuss this all 10 points and we will go to the next one.